The mountain of merit, myopic, cyclopic, is at least in the last, thanks to goddess, entropic. Those now at the top will soon be forgot, it's simply ergodic, see? This so-called meritocracy can't tell merit from luck and greed. Further, it can't even see when it's about to be struck by a puck. Its foundations cry out to be shook. It hurtles towards its own end. If I'm wrong, then defend it, please. I can never have too many new enemies. The summit flies skyward. It plummets up, impossibly high and still growing. Exponents, potent power showing. Cornucopic increase for those with the knowing. All of it, though, fueled by blood, debt, and woe of toilers mired in morass down below. Value extracted, fruits ever upflowing. Trudgingly and grudgingly in circles they go. As they toil and strive, scrape steel, dumpster dive, for a meal, for a scrap, just to survive. Most of their work, almost every last bit of it, if it's legitimate, goes upward, not lateral. It's all for capital, not labor. There's no compromise. The mountain of merit demands it, and as I understand it, in practice, so does our system of taxes. Ever owing, backs groaning, shouts rise for release. Fast end this feasting, this ceaseless increasing, or at least let those working break free of fair peace, please. No reliefs granted, they're treated like thieves. For you see, sympathy for all those mad, tired masses whose works weir their world, who make their world happen, would be tyranny for those more meritorious souls, struggling to be glad in their lonely high passes. What's that? Just for you? No, that's too much too. No matter your need, no pleading could ever win through. Tragedy shrinks when one peers from on high, and from up in the sky where they're going, there's no way of us even knowing whether those sallow fellows can hear the swelling bellowing. But don't let mind blame lie of ear and eye for their own error in judgment. Words scarce heard, Saturnalia beckons lament. Cornucopious opiates trickle down, overflow, not just that leash fit to masses long ago. They slow bodies, minds, and souls, make everything everywhere, though vibrant, dull, leave everyone feeling, though vacant, full. Deluded like Gylfi, who stood in Asgard before Justice I, highest and third. Cackling like addicts, we flee to our shackles, we bolster our captors, fie. Be strong, don't quail, my long tail's want. Its plot is not to flail and wail, but mystagogic like soothsayer or doctor to unveil the way. First a draft, yes, I know, it looks like fluff, like it's more of that same opioideous stuff that's flowing down constantly from up above, but let Mithridates and the dread pirate Roberts advise you today. A drop of poison will gird you for journey, trust, drink up I say. Descend with me now to Saturnalia Day. The route of down-going leads labyrinthine between the feet of Mount Merit. The course is yonder, through verse pass under. Stand before closed door. Open your mind, find shimmering curtain, take step, takes breath, gives way. Walk with old word through arcane threshold. The arc, behold, where science meets story, it rises and falls in glory. Proud arch points our way to Saturnalia Day. By this display of nature's array, be not afraid, be swayed. Bask psychopompous in the font of old knowing, where the apple tree of new values awaits, patient, maieutic, to ease birth of new world, old meme, new child, imperfect, unperfectible, worthwhile. Susurrus and sonorous is the sibilant hiss of a snake. Cries rise, pillars shake. A whisper, a shout, Saturnalia calls, the root of all power's downfall. What's that white feather drifting down from above? Look close now. It came from raven, not dove. And there, in rushes, black eggs hatch black swans. A reckoning merits not reckoned upon, floods up from below, upends all that's known, washes down, erodes. To speak more specifically, and closer the prose, this system lacks ergodicity. The summit plummets precipitously. So it goes. Worker, we're your own world. Eddie be your motto. Inspiral the flow. Agilely turn enemy to frenemy, anti-fragilely learning. Huck pebbles at each other, dodge boulders together. Shoulder to shoulder, lift rocks on the border. Thwartfully joyful and low. The way ahead opens, bickeringly and dickeringly, arm in arm skippingly across go. Bounty. Linger, no longer spring upward eternal, only inwardly seeking that self-loving twinning, self-similarity, the golden braid at creation's heart, and outward, doubling, bountying, fountaining, inviting community in. Value spreads wide, stops flying so high, upends. That's what Saturnalia brings, but how to begin? Well, to that end, When you spend, in fact, whenever you can, ask of yourself, ask of your friends, where are we sending this cash? Where's its end? Don't you, my friend, too, think it's time that we sit down and think up a plan to cease this incessant climb and capture as much of this wealth as we can down here, closer to land? Because I've noticed a trend that whenever I buy, all of my money flies into the sky to bolster our coiling lords, the dragons, the holders of hoards, and to crush, not lift up, a toiler who's toiling upside down on the other side of the world. They suffer far more than we care to imagine, so it seems only fair to demand that we try. Do you think that they think of us upright folk too? It troubles me. Does it trouble you? Or closer, but placed more precariously, picking our food, somehow not seen as slaves by muggles too mired in their own minor merits to see struggles of even those closish others. So we close our ears, we close our eyes, because otherwise how could we even buy clothes or chocolate or phones? Frankly, on a day-to-day basis, we'd rather not know. Complacently frozen in stasis, we love to hate this miserable status quo. Have you noticed that too, friend? Some questions can quickly bring things to an end. You can just watch, or you can help bring. Someday soon, our children will sing. Once there were debt prisons, once there were slaves, once there were credit cards and 8-hour days, once the victorious ruled by whip and flame, once meritorious ruled with debt and shame. Thank goddess that through to Adonis we came, that we let merit dazzle, we let it inflame, but then like the wind, let it spread, fade away, that we no longer while away all of our days on pursuits whose fruits aren't easy to play with, that and we welcome the chaos of death.